Welcome to Srimad Bhagavatam class. So we are continuing with the 10th page, chapter 20. Yesterday we completed chapter 19 where Shukracharya, Shukracharya gives 9 reasons to Bali Maharaj for to not to give charity to Lord Vamana. Okay. So Bali Maharaj in 20th chapter entitled Bali Maharaj Sunders the Universe. Okay. So Bali Maharaj give because Sukracharya gave 9 reasons. So Bali Maharaj also will give 9 justifications. Okay. Bali Maharaj gives 9 reasons to give charity. Okay. Chapter 20. Bali Maharaj surrenders the universe. The summary of this 20th chapter is as follows. Despite his knowledge that Lord Vamandev was cheating him, Bali Maharaj gave everything to the Lord in charity. And thus the Lord extended his body and assumed a gigantic form as Lord Vishnu. After hearing the instructive advice of Shukracharya, Bali Maharaj became contemplative because it is the duty of a householder to maintain the principles of religion, economic development, and sense gratification. Bali Maharaj thought it improper to withdraw his promise to the brahmachari. To lie or fail to honor a promise given to a brahmachari is to lie or fail to honor a promise given to a brahmachari is never proper. For lying is the most sinful activity. Everyone should be afraid of the sinful reactions to lying, for Mother Earth cannot even bear the weight of a sinful liar. The spreading of a kingdom or empire is temporary if there is no benefit for the general public. Such expansion has no more value. Previously, all the great kings and emperors expanded their kingdoms with a regard for the welfare of the people in general. Indeed, while engaged in such activity for the benefit of the general public, eminent men sometimes even sacrifice their lives. It is said that one who is glorious in his activities is always living and never dies. Therefore, fame should be the aim of life. And even if one becomes poverty stricken for the sake of good reputation, that is not a loss. Bali Maharaj thought that even if it is Brahmachari, Vamandev were Lord Vishnu, if the Lord accepted his charity and then again arrested him, Bali Maharaj would not envy him. Considering all these points, Bali Maharaj finally gave in charity everything he possessed. Lord Vamandev then immediately extended himself into a universal body. By the mercy of Lord Vamandev, Bali Maharaj could see that the Lord is all pervading and that everything rests in his body. Bali Maharaj could see Lord Vamandev as the Supreme Vishnu wearing a helmet, yellow garment, the mark of Srivatsa, the Kaustuba jewel, a flower garland, an ornament decorating his entire body. The Lord gradually covered the entire surface of the world, and by extending his body, he covered the entire sky. With his hands, he covered all directions, and with his second footstep, he covered the entire upper planets. Therefore, there was no vacant place where he could take his third footstep. Text 1. Okay, so Bali Maharaj knew he is Vaman, Vishnu, Shukracharya advised, but still Bali Maharaj prepares to give everything to the Lord in charity. Sri Shukra Uvacha Balirevam Grahapati Kulacharyena Bhashita Tushnim Bhutva Chanam Rajan Uvacha Vahito Gurum. Sri Shukra Uvacha, Sri Shukra Goswami said, Bali Maharaj Evam Das Grahapati, the master of the household, appears, although guided by the peaceful Acharya, by the family Acharya, guide Bhashita being thus addressed to Shnim, silent Bhutva becoming Chanam for a moment, Rajan Maharaj said, Avahita, after full deliberation, Guru and his spiritual master. Sri Shukdev Goswami said, O King Parikshit, when Bali Maharaj was thus advised by his spiritual master Shukracharya and his family priest, he remained silent for some time and then, after full deliberation, he replied to his spiritual master as follows. Purport by Sri Prabhupada, Sri Prabhupada Chi. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur remarks that Bali Maharaj remained silent at a critical point. How could he disobey the instruction of Shukracharya, his spiritual master? How? It is the duty of such a scope personality as Bali Maharaj to abide by the orders of his spiritual master immediately, as his spiritual master had advised. But Bali Maharaj also considered that Shukracharya was no longer to be accepted as a spiritual master. No longer to be accepted as a spiritual master. Why? For he had deviated from the duty of a spiritual master. Very nice point. According to Shastra, the duty of Guru is to take the disciple back to God. Okay, if he is unable to do so and instead hinders the disciple in going back to Godhead, he should not be Guru. If he is not able to, Guru's job is take the fellow, take the soul and put it in the Krishna lotus feet. But if he is not able to do, what is the point of such Guru? Guru na sasyat. So this is very important. Shloka 5.18. Here it is said, same responsibility for Guru, for parents and king and like that. They have no authority to be on such positions. They have no right to be on such positions if they cannot take their dependent to the Krishna. So one should not become a Guru if he cannot enable his disciple to advance in Krishna consciousness. If he is not able to help them in advancing Krishna consciousness, he should not become Guru. The goal of life is to become a devotee of Lord Krishna so that one may be free from the bondage of material existence. Taktva deham punarjanma neti mamiti. So Arjuna, the spiritual master helps, very important. The spiritual master helps the disciple attain this stage by developing Krishna consciousness. Actually, Guru's job is to help a disciple in serving Krishna, but here he is saying, don't serve Krishna. So what is the point of such Guru? Reject him. So now, Shukracharya has advised Bali Maharaj to deny the promise to Kamadev. Under the circumstances, therefore, Bali Maharaj thought that there would be no fault if he destroyed the order of his spiritual master, if he disobeyed the order of his spiritual master. He deliberated on this point. Should he refuse to accept the advice of his spiritual master, or should he independently do everything to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead? So he took some time. So he was thinking. So therefore it is said, Tushnim Bhutva Chanam Prajan Uvachavo Hito Gurum. After deliberating on this point, he decided that Lord Vishnu should be pleased in all circumstances, even at the risk of ignoring the good advice to the contrary. So anyone who is supposed to be a guru, but who goes against the principle of Vishnu Bhakti, cannot be accepted as guru. If one has falsely accepted such a guru, one should reject him. Such a guru is described as follows: Guru Rapi Avaliptasya Karya Karyam Ajanata Upaka Pratipannasya Parityago Vidiyati. Mahabharata. Shivji Goswami has advised that such a useless guru A family priest acting as guru should be given up, and that the proper bona fide guru should be accepted. Sat karma nipuno vipro mantra tantra visharada avaishnav gururna syad vaishnava shapacho guru. What a shloka! A scholarly Brahmin expert in all subjects of Vedic knowledge is unfit to become a spiritual master without being a Vaishnava. It's very powerful actually. Jiva Goswami is saying a scholarly Brahmin expert in all subjects of Vedic knowledge is unfit to become a spiritual master without being a Vaishnava. But you see, expert in all the Vedic knowledge, that if he is not a Vaishnava, he is unfit to become Guru. But nowadays, people are not at all checking anything. If they are making anyone their Guru, just some mystic power he will show. From here some rose, from here some apple, you are my Guru. He will do like this. Some sand will fall, some water will fall, some magic he will show, and they will say, you are my Guru. So, point is, he should be a Vaishnava. But if a person born in a family of lower caste is a Vaishnava, even though he born in a lower caste, Swapacho Guru means a Swapacho means actually Chandala's family. Even though he is born in a very low class family, but he is a Vaishnava, then he can become a spiritual master. We can take him as our Guru. And so, Bali Maharaj was thinking for some time, like whether he should disobey the Guru or he should please Krishna. So in any close situation in our life, this situation will come. Many times this situation will come that we will be in this dharma sankat. Okay, whether to please family members or Krishna, whether to please husband or Krishna, whether to please wife or Krishna, whether to please my nation or Krishna. So this kind of situation will come in our life. Okay, whether to please our relatives or Krishna, our community people, society, our girlfriend, boyfriend, children, mother, father, parents. Okay, so that in that situation you must select what Krishna suggested. We must select the option where we are going to please Krishna, because that is eternal and Krishna is supreme God. So that's what we Bali also decided, that he will serve Krishna and he will reject Guru. So if your parents, if your family members, if your society, if your nation, if your country or whoever, they are saying no, stop bhakti to Krishna. We don't want Krishna, leave Krishna, otherwise I will not come to you. Okay, you don't come, but I cannot leave Krishna. That attitude should be there. Krishna is my first priority. Then we will be happy. Okay. So Sri Baliruvacha Satyam Bhagavata Proktam Dharmoyam Gramedinam Arthakam Yashovrittim Yuna Badit Karichit. Sri Baliruvacha Bali Maharaj said, Satyam, it is truth. Bhagavata, by your greatness, Proktam, but has already been spoken. Dharma, a religious principle. I am that is Gramedinam. Especially for the householders, Artham, economic development, Kamam, sense gratification, Yasha, Vittim, reputation, and means of livelihood, Yaha, which religious principle na not Badeta hinders courage attain. Bali Maharaj said, as you have already stated, the principle of religion that does not hinder one's economic development, sense gratification, fame, and means of livelihood is the real duty of the householder. I also think that this religious principle is correct. So Bali Maharaj's grave answer to Shukracharya is meaningful. He's saying whatever you have said is actually true. Okay. So Shukracharya stressed that one's material means of livelihood and one's material reputation, sense gratification, and economic development must continue properly. Okay, yesterday we were to see to this is the first duty of a man who is a householder, especially one who is interested in material affairs. First thing he has to see, make sure that his livelihood is there. If a religious principle does not affect one's material condition, it is to be accepted. At the present time, in this age of Kali, this idea is extremely prominent. Okay, no one is prepared to accept any religious principles if it hampers material prosperity. Okay, if it hampers their material prosperity, then they will not take this any religious principle. Shukracharya, being a person of this material world, did not know the principles of a devotee. A devotee is determined to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead to his full satisfaction. Anything that hampers such determination should certainly be rejected. This is the principle of bhakti. Anukulena sankalpa pratikulasya vardhan. Very clear. Okay, whatever is favorable to bhakti, you accept. Whatever is not favorable to bhakti, you reject. Simple. To perform devotional service, one must accept only that which is favorable and reject that which is unfavorable. Very easy. Bali Maharaj had the opportunity. Okay, Bali Maharaj had the opportunity to contribute everything he possessed to the lotus feet of Lord Vamandev. But Shukracharya was putting forward a material argument to hamper this process of devotional service. Who will get this opportunity to surrender everything to Krishna? Somehow Bali Maharaj got out of mercy of Krishna, and Shukracharya is telling, don't do this. What is this? Okay. So, under the circumstances, because Shukracharya is trying to hamper the process of devotional service, actually, this is the ninth process. Atma Samarpanam, everything Samarpan to Krishna. So, under the circumstances, Bali Maharaj decided that such hindrances should certainly be avoided. In other words, he decided immediately to reject the advice of Shukracharya and go on with his duty. Thus, he gave all his possessions to Lord Vamandev. Okay. Okay. Now, from third shloka to 13th shloka, Bali Maharaj will speak one by one 9 reasons why he want to give charity to Pawan. In these 9 reasons, he will reject the 9 advices of Shukracharya. Okay, so okay, let us see. I think we can complete this. Sachaham vitt lovena pratyachakshe katham dujam pratishrutta dadamiti pararadi kituyata. Sah such a person as I am, cha also I am with the lovena for being allured by greed for money. Pratyak chakshe, I shall cheat or say no when I have already said yes. Katham, how Dijam, especially to Brahmana, Pratishrutya, after already having promised, Dadami, that I shall give. Iti das Prahara Dihi Aiva, I who am famous as the grandson of Maharaj Prahlad. Kitvaha, an ordinary cheater, Yatha, just like. So, now, first reason. First reason is saying, I am the grandson of Maharaj Prahlad. How can I withdraw my promise because of greed for money when I have already said that I shall give everything to Lord Vamandev? So, everybody knows my father name, what people will say. No, at least he is great. And my grandfather, I am known Prahlad's great, Prahlad's grandson. What people will say about Prahlad Maharaj? Prahlad Maharaj had already been blessed by his grandfather. Sorry, Bali Maharaj had already been. Okay. So had already been blessed by his grandfather Prahlad Maharaj. Therefore, he was a pure devotee, although born in a family of demons. There are two kinds of highly elevated devotees called sadhana siddha and kripa siddha. Sadhana siddha, so two type of devotees are there. It's not a big deal to understand. Sadhana siddha refers to one who has become a devotee by regular execution of the regulative principles mentioned in the Shastra. So he did sadhana and then he became perfected. He perfected his life by practicing sadhana. Okay, so he's called sadhana siddha and as ordered and directed by the spiritual master. If one regularly executes such devotional service, he will certainly attain perfection in the course of time. But there are other devotees who may not have undergone all the required details of devotional service, but who, by the special mercy of Guru and Krishna, the spiritual master and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, have immediately attained the perfection of pure devotional service. So they are Kripasit. One first one, he out of his with his sadhana he came perfection, and other one out of kripa mercy. So examples of such devotees are Yagyapatni, Maharaj Bali, and Shukdev Goswami. They are kripas. The Yagyapatni is for the wives of ordinary Brahmanas engaged in spiritual activities. Although the Brahmanas were very learned and have advanced Vedic knowledge, they could not achieve the mercy of Krishna Balaram, whereas their wives achieved complete perfection in devotional service despite their being women. Okay, so this story you may know. I told many times that when Krishna Balram were hungry and they sent some friend that go and collect some food from Brahmanas who are doing yajna nearby, but they said no, but their wives gave the food. Similarly, Vairochani Bali Maharaj received the mercy of Prahlad Maharaj, and by Prahlad Maharaj's mercy, he also received the mercy of Lord Vishnu, who appeared before him as a brahmachari beggar. So thus Bali Maharaj became a Kripa Siddhar because of the special mercy of both Guru and Krishna. Prahlad Maharaj also gave him special mercy and Krishna also gave him special mercy. So he became Kripa Siddhar. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu confirmed this favor. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Latavi. Bali Maharaj, by the grace of Prahlad Maharaj, got the seed of devotional service, and when that seed developed, he achieved the ultimate fruit of the service, namely love of Godhead. Prema Kumar Mahan. Immediately upon the appearance of Lord, Bali Maharaj regularly maintained devotion for the Lord, and because he was purified, the Lord appeared before him. Because of unalloyed love for the Lord, he then immediately decided, I shall give this little dog Ramana whatever he asks from me. This is a sign of love. Thus, Bali Maharaj is understood to be one who received the highest perfection of by special mercy. So actually, here Bali Maharaj is coming in the category of sadhana and kripa siddha. Sadhana siddha is one who will do all the sadhana and come to perfection. But Bali Maharaj directly got mercy from Prahlad Maharaj, you can say his Guru, and Krishna. Because Prahlad Maharaj blessed him, so Krishna also came and blessed him in the form of Lord Vamanadev. Okay, four. So first was glory of Prahlad, first reason. Second is sin of a lie. Na hi satyat paro dharma iti huvach bhuryam sarvam sodumalam manne rite lik param naram. Na not he indeed asatya, then compulsion to untruthfulness, paraha more adharma religion iti, thus Bhagavad indeed had spoken. Bhu mother earth, em thus sarvam, everything showed him to bear. Alam, I am able manne, although I think rite, except alik param, the most heinous liar, naram, a human being. There is nothing more sinful than untruthfulness, lying, because Because of this, Mother Earth once said, I cannot bear any heavy thing except a person who is a liar. Ha ha ha. Who is saying? Mother Earth is saying, because this person who is speaking lie is the most degradable. Okay, that's why Bali Maharaj is saying there is nothing more sinful than being untruthful. Okay, this untruthfulness is most sinful actually. So, on the surface of the earth, there are many great mountains and oceans that are very heavy, and Mother Earth has no difficulty carrying them. But she feels very much overburdened when she carries even one person who is a liar. My God, so many persons are there nowadays. It is said that in Kali Yuga, lying is a common affair. Okay, lying is a common affair. Mayev Vyavaharike, even in the most common dealings, people are accustomed to speaking so many lies. No one is free from the sinful reactions of speaking lies. Under the circumstances, one can just imagine how this has overburdened the earth. Indeed, the entire universe. That's true. Because now it's so common to speak lies. Somebody's, I mean, I just, somebody sent a small clip. Somebody's in the lift, है and is speaking to someone over phone and saying I'm in vegetable market and requesting other members in the lift that make some sound so that other person feels that I'm in vegetable market purchasing vegetables. Somebody is in the home and saying I'm driving and making some sound, artificial sound, so that it looks that I'm driving. So common. Actually, there are some people who will speak lie out of their some personal benefit. But there are some people who speak like just like that. No benefit, no harm, nothing. This isn't their habit. They will speak lie. Uh, So, and it's very common thing nowadays. Anyway, second thing is sin, which will come to me out by speaking lie. Third reason is he's a Brahman. How can I cheat him? Naham vivemi निर्यान्याधन्याद सुखार्णवात न स्थान च वनान्म मृत्योर यथा विप्र प्रलंबनात् na not aham I vivemi am afraid of niryat from a hellish condition of life na nor adanyat from a poverty stripping condition ashukar arnavat not from an ocean of distress na nor sthan Javannath from falling from a position, Mrityu not from death, Yata as Vipra Pralambanath from the cheating of a Brahman. I do not fear hell. Bali Maharaj is saying, I do not fear hell. यदि लोके अस्मिन् संपरेतं धनादिकं तस्य त्यागे निमित्तं किं विप्रस्तुस्तेन तेन चेता yet whatsoever hasyati will leave loke in the world asmin in this samparetam one who is already dead dhana adikam is wealth and riches tasya of such wealth tyage in renunciation nimittam the purpose king what is vipra the brahman who is confidentially Lord Vishnu to share must be pleased na is not then vaisya if there is a possibility. Now, fourth reason. My Lord, you can see that all the material plants of this world are certainly separated from their possessor at death. This is another reason that anyway it has to go. Therefore, if the Brahman Vamandev is not satisfied with whatever gift one has given, why not please him with the riches one is assigned to lose at death? Anyway, I have to lose. And when I, at the time of death, very important point actually, that everything is temporary in the world, and at the time of death, anyway I have to leave everything. So, which the thing which anyway I have to lose, today I can just give it up and release at least Vamandev, eh? Because anyway tomorrow I have to leave this. That's a logic, you see. What a wonderful thing. Anyway I have to lose at the time of death. So before I lose it out of death, I myself will give it up. So at least Vamandev will be happy, na? But in other case, neither Vamandev will be happy, and anyway I will lose it. Nothing is permanent here. So the word Vipra means Brahmana and at the same time confidential. Bali Maharaj had confidentially decided to give the gift to Lord Vamandev without discussion. But because such a decision would hurt the hearts of the Asuras and his spiritual master, Sukracharya, he spoke equivocally. Bali Maharaj, as a pure devotee, had already decided Gauta and God. Now this is another wonderful point. That actually Bali Maharaj is pure devotee Mahajan, but he has already decided that he will give everything to Vamandev, but just to for a Vyavaharik drashti, so that other asuras will not feel bad, and Sukracharya. So he's just giving the reason. See, what I am doing is right. Shreya kurvanti bhutanam sadho dustajasubhi tadyang shivi prabharataya ko vikalpo dharadishu. Shreya activity of the utmost importance kurvanti activity bhutanam of the greatest of the general mass of people. Sadhava the saintly person which are extremely hard to give up ashubhi by their life. Tadyan Maharaj Dudhichi Shivi Maharaj Shivi Pravritya and the great personalities ka award and Vikalpa consideration Dhara Adishu in giving the land to the Brahmana. So Sukracharya might have asked Bali, you want to give everything to this brahmachari? Are there any previous instances of people in the history who have done like this? You are doing this okay, but you seems to be the only one. Is there anybody who did like this earlier? This is such a great thing. So he is saying like this only. Sukracharya may ask this thing. So first he is answering. Dadichi, Shivi, and many other great personalities were willing to sacrifice even their lives for the benefit of the people in general. This is the evidence of history. So why not give up this insignificant land? What is the serious consideration against it? Okay. So fifth reason Bali Maharaj gave is the historic example. Anyway, previously many people did like that. Maharshi Dadichi, and you heard in the sixth canto, Shivi, ninth canto story. So these great personalities gave their even they gave their life even. This is what is big deal in giving this. So Bali Maharaj was prepared to give Lord Vishnu, and Sukracharya, being a professional priest, might have been anxious, waiting, and doubting whether there had been such instance in history in which and everything in jet. Because Sukracharya said that if everything you give, how you will live? So you should keep something. That's why he's saying there are many people earlier also they have given and they have given even their life. And he's saying anyway if I don't give tomorrow death will come, I have to lose. So better I give and please Lord Mahadev. This is very good logic actually. So Bali Maharaj, however, cited the tangible example of Maharaj Shivi and Maharaj Dadichi, who had given up their lives for the benefit of the general public. Certainly, one has attachment for everything material, especially one's land, but land and other possessions are forcibly taken away at the time of death, as stated in Bhagavad Gita, Mrityu Sarva Harasya. Everything will be taken. The Lord personally appeared to Bali Maharaj to take away everything he had, and thus he was so fortunate that he could see the Lord face to face. Who will get this opportunity? Lord is coming to home, talking to you. It's like very rare, right? So non-devotees, however, cannot see the Lord face to face. To such persons, the Lord appears as there and takes away all their possessions. People, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, okay, you don't want to believe me, okay, but I will. If you don't believe, I will come as death, and I'll take away everything. Then you will believe. So under the circumstances, why should we not part with our possessions and deliver them to Lord Vishnu for his satisfaction? Sri Chanak Pandit says in this regard, Sannimitte varam tyago vinashe niyate sati. Since our money and possessions do not last, but will somehow or other be taken away, as long as they are in our possession, it is better to use them for charity, noble cause. Therefore, Bali Maharaj defied the order of his so-called spiritual master. Okay, so it is said that money will not stay for long. Money will have three destinations: yoga mein, rog mein, bhog mein. Either you use it for bhoga, means for your son's gratification. Otherwise, it will be used for roga, means some people will accumulate it and it will be used in roga, disease. You have to pay a lot of money to doctor and all. Or it will be stolen. Otherwise, best thing is use it in yoga, means for the service of Krishna. So best use of money is to engage money in the service of Krishna. So that is one destination. But if you don't do, then if you don't engage money in the service of Krishna, then definitely it will be used in like some people are so miserly, they don't even use for Sanskrit because their money will go in the roga disease level. Yam bubuje brahman daitendrer nivartivi tesham kalogra loka na yashodika. Eighth shloka. So this is the sixth region, fame. Yei by whom Em this world Bhuje was enjoyed Brahman of the Brahmanas, death Indra by great heroes and kings born in demonic families, Anivartivi by those who were determined to fight either to lay down their life or to win victory. Tesam of such person Kala, the time factor, aggressive, Chukave, Lokan, all positions, all objects of enjoyment, na not Yashaha, the reputation Adigatam achieved Bhuvi in this world. O best of the Brahmanas, certainly the great demonic kings who were never reluctant to fight enjoyed this world. But in due course of time, everything they had was taken away, except their reputation, by which they continue to exist. In other words, one should try to achieve a good reputation instead of anything else. Anyway, many people died, but still they did not lose their reputation. So if I don't do this, I will lose my reputation. Anyway, death is sure. That is in this regard, Chanakya Pandit says that Ayusha Chana Ekopina Lava Karna Kotivi. The duration of one's life is extremely short. But if in that short lifetime one can do something that enhances good reputation, that may continue to exist for many millions of years. Bali Maharaj therefore decided not to follow his master's instruction and that he denied his promise to Vamandev. Instead, he decided to give the land according to the promise and be everlasting celebrated as one of the 12 Mahajans. Balervaya Sakirvaya. Okay, so he decided that he will be uh, he should select the option of remaining a devotee. Okay, now okay, okay. Is there a question? Okay, it will come. सुलभा युधि विप्रर्षे ह्यानि वृत्तास्तनुत्यजा न तथा तीर्थ आयाते श्रद्धा ये धनत्यजा. Sulabha, very easily obtained. The battlefield Viprarishe, or best of the Brahmanas, he indeed Adivita, not being afraid of fighting Tanu Teja, and thus lay down their lives, now not as Tit Ayute on the rise of first creates holy places there with faith and devotion. Ye those who can give up their accumulated wealth. O best of the Brahmanas, Many men have laid down their life on the battlefield, being unafraid of fighting. But rarely has one gotten the chance to give his accumulated wealth faithfully to his saint, the person who creates holy places. So, for Kshatriya, it is very good to die. But he's saying many Kshatriyas might have got chance to die in the battlefield, but who will get such an opportunity to give everything in charity? Many Kshatriyas have laid down their lives on the battlefield for their nations, but hardly a person can be found who has given up all his property and his accumulated wealth in charity to a person worthy of the gift, as is said in Bhagavad Gita. So, this is very important shloka. Datapyam iti yat danam diyate अनुपकारिणे देश काले च पात्रे च तत् दानम सात्विक. So charity is also in three modes: sattvic charity, rajasic, and tamasic. Charity in goodness, charity in passion, and charity in ignorance. That gift which is given to the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying that gift which is given out of duty at the proper time and place to a worthy person and without expectation of return is considered to be charity in the mode of goodness. Thus, charity given in the proper place is called sattvika, and above this, charity in goodness is transcendental charity. Transcendental charity, in which, because tamoguna, rajoguna, sattoguna, and then suddha sattva, ignorance, passion, and goodness, and pure goodness. Transcendental charity. So what is that? In which everything is sacrificed for the sake of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is called charity in pure goodness. Transcendental charity. So Vamandev, the Supreme Personality, Vamandev, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, had come to Bali Maharaj for alms. How could one get such an opportunity to give charity? Therefore, Bali Maharaj decided without hesitation to give the Lord whatever he wanted. One may get various opportunities to lay down. Very, very nice. One may get various opportunity to lay down his life on the battlefield, but such an opportunity as this is hardly ever obtained. Okay, so Bali Maharaj is saying that this kind of opportunity is very rare. I got, I'm so fortunate that let me do this. Okay. So that was 9th shloka. 10th. मनस्विना कार्मिकस्य शोभनं यदर्ति कामोपनयेन दुर्गति कुता पुनर्ब्रह्मविदां भवादृशां ततो वटोरस्य ददामि वाञ्छितम्. Manaswina, the person who are greatly beneficent, Karnikshaya, a person celebrated as very merciful, Shobhanam, very auspicious, yet that arthi of persons in need of money. Kam Upnayena, by satisfying Durgati, becoming poverty-stricken, Puna, again is to be said. Brahma Vidam, a person well versed in transcendental science, Brahma Vidya, Bhavadrisham, like your good self, Tata, your Vato of the Brahmachari, Asya, this Brahman, Dadami, I shall give Vanchitam, whatever he wants. By giving charity, a benevolent and merciful person undoubtedly becomes even more auspicious, especially when he gives charity to a person like your good self. Under the circumstances, I must give this little brahmachari whatever charity he wants from me. If one accepts a poverty-stricken position because of losing money in business, gambling, prostitution, or intoxication, no one will praise him. Okay. But if one becomes poverty-stricken by giving all of his possessions in charity, he becomes adored all over the world. Aside from this, if a benevolent and merciful person active pride in becoming poverty stricken by giving his position in charity for good cause, his poverty is a welcome and auspicious sign of a great personality. Bali Maharaj decided that even though he would become poverty stricken by giving everything to Vamandev, this is what he would prefer. Okay, so Bali Maharaj clearly said, I will be happy to be poverty stricken if everything is given to Krishna. Okay, 11. Now he gives the, this is poverty, this kind of poverty which comes out of giving charity, that's also to Brahman Dev, is very, very auspicious. So I will give that. This is the 8th reason. And the 9th reason is from 11 to 13, which is the very, very important reason. 11. Yajanti yagya यजन्ति यज्ञं क्रतुभिर्यमाद्रता भवन्त आम्नाय विधान कोविदा स एव विष्णुर्वरदोऽस्तु वापरो दास्यामि मीप्सितां मुने यजन्ति worship yajnam who is the enjoyer of sacrifice kratubi by the different paraphernalia of sacrifice yam and the supreme person adita very respectfully bhavanta all of you amnaya vidhan kovidah great saintly person fully aware of the Vedic principles of performing sacrifice, saw that if indeed Vishnu is Lord Vishnu, the supreme personality of Godhead, Varada either he is prepared to give benedictions, Astu he becomes Va or Paraha comes as an enemy, Dasyanti I shall give Amushmai unto him, unto Lord Vishnu, Vamandev, Chithin the react of land, keep Sitam whatever he has desired. Great sage, oh great sage, great saintly persons like you, being completely aware of the aware of the Vedic principles for performing ritualistic ceremonies and yajnas, worship Lord Vishnu in all circumstances. Therefore, whether that same Lord has come here to give me all benediction or to punish me as an enemy, I must carry out his order and give him the requested tract of land without hesitation. Okay, as stated by Lord Shiva, so here 11 this sloka says that the person whom great sages like you worship through sacrifice is Lord Vishnu. Everybody, great rishis and munis are worshipping Lord Vishnu. If that same Vishnu had come here, whether to give me wounds or to punish me as an enemy, I must carry out his order. Are Supreme Personality. The ninth reason is that it is not some normal person came to ask for charity. It is Swam Vishnu has come out. So you just think about this point also. Okay, it's not a small deal here. Suggested by Lord Shiva, Aradhanam Sarvesham Vishnur Aradhanam Param Tasmat Partaram Devi Tadiyanam Samachanam. This is from Padma Purana. Lord Shiva speaking to Uma Devi. Although in the Ved, what is that? Although in the Vedas there are recommendations for worshipping many demigods, Lord Vishnu is the supreme person and worship of Vishnu is the ultimate goal of life. The Vedic principles of the Varnashram system are Varnashram systems are meant to organize society to prepare everyone to worship Lord Vishnu. So Lord Shiva is saying Aradhanam Sarvesham in the among the worship of all the devtas, Vishnu Aradhana Param worship of Vishnu is great. And if at all there is something great, then Vishnu worship that is Tasmat Parataram Devi, O Devi, if there is something greater than worshipping Vishnu is Tadyanam Samarthana, worshipping the devotee of Vishnu. Varnashram Acharvata Purushen Parahapman Vishnu Aradhyate Panta Nanya Tattoshan Karanam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, is worshipped by the proper execution of duty in the service. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, is worshipped by the proper execution of prescribed duties in the system of Varna and Ashrama. So actually the Varnashram is only for satisfaction of Vishnu, Samsiddhir Haritoshnam. So there is no other way to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One must ultimately worship Lord Vishnu, and for that purpose, the Varnashram system organizes society into Brahman, Kshatriya, Shudra, Brahmachari, Vaishnava, and Sannyasi. So Varnashram is why dividing these ashramas and varnas so that service to Vishnu can be done properly. The Bali Maharaj, having been perfectly educated in devotional service by his grandfather Prahlad Maharaj, knew how things are to be done. He was never to be misguided by anyone, even a person who happened to be so-called spiritual master. This is the sign of full surrender. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, "Mara bhi rakhavi yo ichha tumar nitya das prati tuya adhikar." So when surrender, so this is the complete surrender. It's not only that when everything is happening nice, so I am devotee of Krishna, and when things are going in a wrong manner, then I am not devotee of Krishna. So, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying when one surrenders to Lord Vishnu, one must be prepared to abide by his orders in all circumstances, whether he kills one or gives one protection. Lord Vishnu must be worshipped in all circumstances. That is the main thing here. Okay. Now, judge this sloka. So, this three shloka summary is that he's saying actually Lord Vishnu himself has come to give the charity. Yadapya savadharmen mam padni yad nagasam tatapi nam na hinsasya vitam brahmatanum mritu. Okay. Okay, small on this. So we can complete till 30. Yadyapi, although Asau, Lord Vishnu, Adharmena, crookedly, without reference to the state way, Badani kills Anagasam, although I am not sinful, Tathapi, still enam against him, not him shishya, I shall take any retaliation become because he is afraid Brahma Kanum having assumed the form of Brahman Brahmachari, Nipum, even though he is my enemy. So Bali Maharaj is saying, although he is Vishnu himself, out of fear, he has covered himself in the form of a Brahman to come to me begging. Under the circumstances, because he has achieved the form of a Brahman, even if he irreligiously arrests me or even kills me, I shall not retaliate, although he is my enemy. So Lord Vishnu, as he had come to Bali Maharaj and asked him to do something, Bali Maharaj certainly would not have refused his request. But to enjoy a little humor between himself and his devotee, the Lord covered himself as a Brahman brahmachari and thus come to Balikaraj beg for only 3 feet of land. So why Vamandev, Lord Vishnu came in the form of Vamandev? Just to create some humor here. Otherwise, if he directly comes, Balikaraj will give already. That is why Vamandev incarnation comes in the Leela avatars. There are 6 kind of avatars. So in that Leela avatar, so Vamandev comes in the category of Leela avatar because here he's doing some Leela out of his own. And even Aditi said, "You just do some arrangement for my sons to get the back the kingdom." But he said, "I will come myself. I myself will come." And then he's doing all this Leela here. Okay. So Bali Maharaj is saying, even though he has covered himself in the form of Brahmana to come to me begging under the circumstances which, because he has assumed the form of Brahmana, I cannot say anything to him. Even he arrests me, irreligiously, or even kills me, I shall not retaliate, although he is my enemy. Okay, so that's what he is saying. So there is a humor that why Vamandev comes in this disguise of a Brahman brahmachari. एषवा उत्तम श्लोको न जिज्ञासति यदि यशः हत्वा मैनम हरे युद्धे शहीद तो मया एषा this brahmachari by either uttam shloka is Lord Vishnu who is worshipped by Vedic prayers na not jivasati desires to give up yet because yasha the perpetual fame hatva after killing ma me enam all this when Hare will take away Yuddhe in the fight, Shahita will lie down, Nihata being killed by me. if this Brahman really is Lord Vishnu, who is worshipped by Vedic hymns, he would never give up his widespread reputation. Either he would lie down having been killed by me, or he would kill me in the fight. Bali Maharaj's statement that Vishnu would lie down having been killed is not the direct meaning. For Vishnu cannot be killed by anyone. Lord Vishnu can kill everyone, but he cannot be killed. Thus, the real meaning of the words lie down is that Lord Vishnu would reside within the core of Bali Maharaj's heart. Lord Vishnu is defeated by a devotee through devotional service. Otherwise, no one can defeat Lord Vishnu. Okay, so in this way, Bali Maharaj gave uh, 9 reasons for giving charity. First reason was that I am from such a glorious background, glories of Prahlad Maharaj. I have to see. Okay, second one, the sin of a lie, that if I speak lie, there is a great sin for that. And third reason was, how can I cheat a Brahman? That fear of a Brahman. Fourth reason was that anyway everything is temporary at the time of death and will go. So better I give him and make Bali Bhamandev happy. At least Bhamandev is pleased. Na? And then fifth reason is that many other historical kings also did the same thing. That without caring for their livelihood, they give everything for the general public. Then sixth is the fame, that anyway the yasha, the glories will be less, and rarity of a chance for charity. Who will get such a chance for charity? Vamandev, Vishnu himself. And the eighth one was poverty is auspicious. Like this kind of poverty which I am going to get, anyone will get after giving everything to Krishna. That poverty is actually auspicious poverty. And then 11 to 13, 9th reason he says, anyway, Lord Vishnu himself has come, so anyway it will happen. Okay. So in this way, this 9 reasons of Bali Maharaj to give charity to Vamandev is completed here. Thank you so much. Shilpabad ki jai. Okay. So thank you all for joining. If you have any question, you can ask. Your question I will answer, or it is anyway come otherwise. So tomorrow we will do the last 6 shlokas of this chapter. Okay, now 8th canto is slowly going to be completed. Okay, so if there is no other question, I can disconnect. Okay, thank you so much. Shilpabad ki jai, Ganatra Shilpabad ki jai, Anand Koti Vaishnav ki jai.